Hello, my frog friends. Yes, your significator today is the frog, which is, of course, a water element creature. All right, so for the frog, we have clearing, cleansing, healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, depleted and running on empty. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. Clearly, you need some water. However you choose to cleanse. I myself find that just being near the ocean can sometimes be very, very helpful. Okay, now the tea leaf cards, the round ones. These are here to help you determine whether or not this is your reading. We have the wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And fly, a period of ill health or depression. And clouds, these are temporary problems. The next one is the throne, position of authority, which suggests to me that you've had to take on a great deal of responsibility, most likely. And perhaps you have not been paying attention to yourself as much as you should. You may have been taking on other problems, other responsibilities, or taking them more seriously than taking care of yourself, basically. So you've been letting your own life just sort of ramble freely, but it's been making you depressed. Perhaps your life feels out of control. Perhaps you have been experiencing ill health, which can make you feel out of control too. There's reassurance here that it's temporary problems, so that's good. We also have news is on the way and plenty of material things. So you don't have issues around finances, I would guess, right now. It's more of health. I don't know what the news is about, but you probably do. All right. Now then. Let's see. What your major concern is right now. Four of Swords. Oh, wow. So you really do need a break. Knight of Wands. Okay. Who's this Knight of Wands? It doesn't feel like you. Oh, that's odd. Now we have King of Swords and Wheel of Fortune. Normally I do 3 or 4 across, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to fit. So the Knight of Wands was the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is not promising. Generally indicates somebody who is a player. Definitely not reliable. Unfocused, impulsive, reckless, self-sabotaging, with their lack of control over their temper, perhaps. The need for more self-awareness, being cocky. And then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords, of course, is very logical, very practical, although more in a intellectual kind of way than the King of Pentacles, which is more grounded. So the King of Swords is also has a lot of integrity. This person is in the upright. So that's good. Is there a transition from someone being a Knight of Wands in reverse, becoming a King of Swords? A King of Swords has a whole lot more discipline. Knight of Wands in reverse, no discipline. Not a lot of self-control. The King of Swords, although, would have a lot of self-control, a lot of integrity, able to see the truth, not putting up with excuses or BS. Not the most tolerant of people. This Wheel of Fortune here, oops, interesting. 3 of Cups. The Emperor and Strength. So 3 of Cups in reverse, that's kind of perhaps a partying lifestyle, definitely not a healthy lifestyle. The not healthy friends or friendships. In the upright, it can be, really good communication, good friends, good times. But in reverse, we're talking about toxic friends and excessive partying, mostly. We have the Emperor in Strength, though. That is really interesting. So Strength is about learning to tame your own inner beast, learning to value other sides of your personality, to see the strength in being sensitive, aware, considerate, compassionate, having compassion for yourself as well as for others. And the Emperor is someone who, incorporates the King of Swords. So they have the ability to be logical and impartial, and they have integrity. They walk their talk. They lead just by being who they are, their authentic selves. They don't force anybody to do anything. They just are. They're consistent, reliable, faithful to themselves, faithful to their beliefs. And yes, they do have this kind of strength as well. They have tamed their inner beast, not through force, but through understanding and appreciation. Self-cultivation, of course. This is really going off in an unexpected direction. But we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which may explain. I mean, we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 minor arcana cards and 3 major arcana cards. So big doings, big shifts. The Wheel of Fortune may explain all of this because although we have this long and winding road here with this King of Swords, it is not easy to become a King of Swords, to develop that kind of self-discipline, insight, clarity. They do tend to be a bit detached from their emotions, and as I said, a bit judgmental. That's one of their weaknesses. That's why you need to incorporate all of the suits, not just one. I kind of see this as Mr. Spock, a healthier version of Mr. Spock. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune suggests that the wheels kept turning. Look at all those gears and how complicated it is. Life is like that. But it has led to some real significant changes here. So, my frog person, have you been going through a lot of changes? Or this would be in your past, because this is a lot of change. I completely understand the Four of Swords. If you've started out as a Knight of Wands in reverse, which is a player, honestly, moving through a King of Swords, so you would be seeing your own behavior very, very clearly and understanding it. But it is not a fast process. It may, however, have been inevitable if we think of the Wheel of Fortune as fate or karma, and possibly bringing you to this to develop the characteristics of the Emperor, the characteristics of strength, integrate them. We definitely would need some integration time, and this would not be a comfortable or easy process. At times you would have felt very unwell. Perhaps now you're entering a period of integration or just a cooling off period. Perhaps a willingness to change. If you've been someone who is unwilling to change, oh wow, yeah. Next step, death. Okay. So death, of course, is a card of letting go of the old you so that you can become the new you. It's a lot of change. It's not comfortable. You may feel very exposed at times. And vulnerable. Like the frog. Frogs are definitely delicate creatures. So I think basically you're at a very delicate stage in your life. It's not a bad stage, and it just is what it is. It's not permanent. All right, let's see what the universe wants to say to you. I can't believe it. I really, really can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Your first card out is the Winding Road. All right, I want to show you this. See? The Winding Road. I told you. All right. Let's put that back for the moment. You've had a long and winding road to becoming grounded, to personal growth, to becoming more spiritual, developing an attachment to whatever form of the divine that you believe in. By attachment, I don't mean an understanding. You may have developed spiritual practices. You may be understanding that you do have a connection to the divine. And it's becoming more important to your life, part of your health, your vitality. You're probably feeling very different than you have in the past. Oh, that's too many. Oh, they're everywhere. So, but we also have third person and dogma. Oh, wow. You have some real conflicts here still, or maybe you're moving out of them now. I can see why you'd be feeling very vulnerable, though. It's not easy to go through this kind of a change, a shift, especially if you don't have a supportive family, and it seems you don't. It may not be... So it says third person, another person involved. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be an institution. It can be... It doesn't have to be about romance. It can be about... We have the church here, so I'm really thinking this is about your programming, your social programming, your family values, societal programming, cultural programming, all that kind of stuff is acting as a third party in your own progress, your own development. You have a sense of true north. You have an inner guide now, or you're able to hear it now. It was always there. But you have some sense of it now. You want to be heard, to speak your mind, to communicate. You know where you're going. But this does not look like it is in alignment with this. All right. I want to know more about this third party and dogma. Okay, so stay balanced. You may still be needing to clear some of that energy out. I mean, you came up as a frog, so there's something that you need to cleanse or clear out. Meditation. You're going to be tested. You need to concentrate, be resilient, take determined action. Strength and persistence will be required of you. You may have found your inner guide, or the ability to hear your inner guide in whatever form. But taking action based on what your inner guide is telling you is a different kettle of fish, so to speak. Yeah, radical break from the past. Deep changes. That's what I'm sensing here. Interruption. You may feel like you've been transplanted from one life to another. And it's definitely disrupting your past. Your current? I don't know. Wherever you came from, you're facing the possibility or the potential of a radical break from the past, and it's causing a lot of difficulties. It's not something you can do easily or overnight. Maybe you have already done it to some degree. I'm sure it is a volatile situation. And you really need to keep your temper. Stay centered. Act with determination, strength, persistence. Be resilient. Maybe that's a different thing for you, to be resilient, to be flexible, rather than just hot-headed. You did start out as the Knight of Wands in reverse, so... Slow, small steps are usually more effective. But you do have to speak up and move on. Move on with your life. You may really be feeling overburdened right now. All right, well, you've gotten advice. You know, stay balanced or centered, meditate. Deep changes. These things, they take time to integrate, and they can be very disruptive, which it appears is the case. It will require a great deal of strength from you and persistence. And there will be opportunities as well. All right, so we have woman. That's either you or the person on your mind. And bear. Mama bear, specifically. So you are stepping into your power. Perhaps finding a different kind of strength. Wanting to move quickly, but I don't think it's the right time. You can't see clearly. And we have peace, miracles, purity, protection. So you are getting encouragement here. There is an indication that you are protected, that miracles are possible. A leap of faith. Rise above it all. Forgiveness. Freedom. But I don't think, no, it's not time. You want to get going. You just want to go. You probably just want to be through this whole mess and get on with your life. But right now, your vision is not clear. So take it slowly. Really, I think it all comes back to this. Get centered, meditate, integrate opposing forces, act with resolve, purpose, focus, concentration. If you can't see clearly, don't move. You need awareness, you need to be centered, and you need to have faith. So, I am wishing you all the best. Obviously, there's a lot going on in your life, or has been. And I would take this integration message seriously, that it is time to cleanse and clear. Perhaps take a bit of a breather. I really don't see any indication that you should be leaping into action. I think that's why you have the news is on the way. I don't think it's time yet. Not yet. These things take their own time. They take their process. It's the Wheel of Fortune for a reason, because it's a process that we are not in control of. And when it's ready, it's ready. You know, it's like baking a cake or whatever. You can't force it to be ready any more quickly. You know, it takes as long as it takes. And I think that's the message here for you. Things will get better, but try to do some more self-care for now. I'm wishing you all the best. You've made great progress and should be very proud of yourself regardless. But you're not done yet. We're never really done once we begin healing. I'm wishing you all the best.